Hello guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we will share a very important concept of 12 important formulas. So to get the benefit of the 12 important formulas, you have to give the favor to watch the full video and you will get the benefit of this 12 formulas with a short span of time. Here you see the formats which I made for you so that we will start our lecture without wasting any single second. So here you see the number and Roman. So we will start it by first using Roman. How can we convert the number into Roman? So you have to just write here Roman, which is ROMAN. Here you see it appears. You have to just write the bracket open and you have to just give the address of the cell, which is A5, and you have to close the bracket. And here you see how we can convert number into Roman, and you have to just drag it down and the same formulas will appear it and it will automatically convert every formulas into this function. And here you see how we can convert 12 into Roman. Here how can we convert 50 into Roman and 100 and so on. This is all you can use and convert the numbers into Roman by using the Roman formula. And now here you see the square. A square is basically very important to calculate, and it is very useful, and it is used in our daily life. So we just use square, and for getting the square you have to just manually type the formula, which is you have to just write equals to, and you have to just select the address of the cell, and again you have to just write asterisk, which means multiply, and again you have to select the cell, which means you have to select the cells two times and with this asterisk operator, and then you have to write enter. Here you see 4 appears and you have to just drag it down. In this way the square of the number will appears. This is how we just use the square formula. Now you have to convert the number into square root, or how can we get the square root function? So you have to just write equals to SQRT, which appears here. As you see, you have to just bracket open and you have to give the address of the cell, which is G5, and then bracket close. Here this is how we can get the square root of the number 4, and then you have to just drag it down. In this way the square root of every number appeared here. Here you see 169. The square root of 169 is 13, and the square root of 625 is 25. 100 square root is 10. In this way you can get the square root. Now we can use our fourth formula, which is power. For getting the power you can calculate square, you can calculate the cube, and so on. So to get the power you have to just write the formula of power, POWER, and bracket open. Here you see it says the address, which means it wants the number, so we just give the address, which means number, then comma. Here it says what powers you want, so you can also use the square or you can use any other number. So I just write 3, which means I want the cube of the number. So the cube of the 2 is 8, which means if you multiply 2 3 times, it will gives you 8. Now you have to just drag it down, and in this way our cube formula is completed. And now character. We always learn that in computer there are 256 characters. So what characters are, and in which number what character appears? So here you see the character function. I just manually type 12, 15, 25, 35, 100, 10, 68, and 1 to 254, because total number is 256 characters, and in this character 0 is also including, so the total number of characters is 256, but we limited, or we are restricted to 255 because 0 is also included in it, so the total becomes 256. So what character is in 124th number? So you have to just write equals to char, and you have to just give the address of the cell, which is M5, and then bracket close. Here you see the character, which is this character is appearing in 124. Now you have to just drag it down. Here you see the total characters, which is appear in these. You can also select 30. In 30 there's no is you see blank character. If I just write sorry, I just write here Char. Okay, I just again write here Char, so that it will give the same. Here in 14 it will shows you the music symbol. This is how our character function works. It will tells you that in which number what character will appear. This is how our Roman square root power and character function works. Now we will go over another function which is in this format. So you will use another functions which is proper, upper and lower characters. So here you see the text which is written here. So I just want to write this text in proper function, means I just want to write the first letter in capital, and then again I just want to write the second word in the first word should be in the capital. So I just write here equals to, then I just write the proper and bracket open. You have to just select the text. I just select this text and I just close the bracket. Here you see the proper way of writing it. It will write the first first letter in capital. It will again write the second word's first letter in capital. You have to just track it down, so the same function will appear here. This is how our proper function works. I just copy the proper function here, so you will get the proper understanding of how our proper function works. Now I just write the upper function. In upper function, you will just use equals to upr upper and bracket open, and you have to just select the text. So this is how all the characters will appear in upper letter. So I just drag it down, and here you see the all characters appeared in upper letter, and here all the characters in lower. So you have to just first copy and you have to just paste it. This is says that it is a reference, so I just write I type manually, so that you can get the benefit of how we can use our lower formula, and it will take no time. So now I use lower function, lower, lower bracket open, and it says give me the text. So I just give the address of the text, which is A15, and then I just write bracket close. Here it gives you the lower characters. So in the proper function, it will convert the letters properly by just using some of the techniques of literature, which means that you have to write the first letter of the word capital. So proper function automatically changes the things according to the standard of the English letters. Then our second function, which is upper basically converts every letter into capital, and third one, which is all the letters are in capital and you have to convert in lowercase. So you have to just use the lower function, and I just write a lower function. This is how our proper upper and lower function works. This is how our these functions completed. Now we will come our last important functions. So here you see the len, trim, exact and the concatenate function. So what the len function will tell us? So basically the len function will tell us the length of the characters, or the characters, how many characters we used in our word. So you have to just write equals to len length bracket open. You have to just select the text and you have to just close the bracket and enter. Here you see it says 5. It means an apple there are 5 characters are used. Now you have to just drag it down. Here you see the 9 characters because John is contained 4 characters, Mark is also contained 4 characters, and the remaining 1 character is contain is space, so it also count the space as a character. And here we see the seventh, which means MANG, which is 4, and A is 5, and here the are two spaces we used, so it will count as 7. And here you see the 7 because A space B space C space D, in this way 7 characters. And here you see the 4, and in crabs 6, and in banana also 6 characters are used. So to get the number of characters used in the word or in the cell, you can use the len formula. So we will just come over 10th function, which is 10th formula or function, which is trim. So basically what trim does, we just write equals to trim trim bracket open, and you have to select the cell and you have to just close the bracket. Here it says apple, and I just drag it down so that you can understand what the trim does. Trim basically eliminates the unnecessary spaces which we put in the cell. So you see apple, which is basically in a proper function. Now apple, in this way we just put extra spaces before the apple, so it eliminates the extra spaces. I just put the extra spaces between A, and then I just put the 3 spaces in between B and C, and I just again put the 3 spaces in C and D, so it eliminates every unnecessary spaces. This in the same way it eliminates the unnecessary spaces from A, E, I, O, U, which is our vowels. Then it eliminates the unnecessary spaces between trim and not, and again skim and gun. Trim basically eliminates the unnecessary spaces. This is how our trim function completed. Now I just use the exact. So exact basically compares the two numbers, or you can also write the text, and then it says if they both are same, so it will gives you the status of true. If both are not same, it will gives you the status of false. So I just write equals to EXACT, exact bracket open, then it says give me the first text, so I just give the address of the first text. Then it says comma, so you have to just write the comma, and then second, you have to give the second address, and you have to just enter. Here it says true because the two numbers are same, so it compared and it gave the true because two numbers are same. I just drag it down. Here you see the false because 36 in the first cell and 34 in the second cell, which is not the same. If I just write here Sam, or I just write here the mango, again I just write here mango, so it will give you true because it will also compare the text and give you the same result. If I just write, I just shuffle the words, so it will give you false because 49 is different and 94 is different. If I just write again here 49, so it will change its status from false to true because it compared the two cell, and it will says that both are true and both are same. In this way our exact function completed. Now here we introduce our concatenate function. Concatenate basically joins the two words. So how we can use our concatenate function? So you have to just write equals to concatenate. It will also appear in the formula. You have to just select the first letter, and then it will says our second letter, so you have to select the address of the second letter, which is L5. So I just write L5, and you have to close the bracket. So I just write again concatenate, and you have to just select the two addresses and without comma, and you have to just close the bracket. So this is how what the issue is we are facing. It will says our first, then it will says comma, and it will says our second, which is L5, and we'll just close the bracket. And this is how you can see concatenate. Basically concatenate requires the comma functions, so you have to just write the first. I just again write here the function for you, concatenate, then you have to just select the first text, comma, then you have to select the second. So I just manually type the address of the second cell, which is L6, and then bracket close, it says Tom Steve, and I just drag it down. This is how our concatenate function works. I just put the functions below it so that you can understand it better. I just write the concatenate function here, by just writing the, I just select the, copy the function, then comma, and here our concatenate function. Now I just select the our trim function, how our trim function works. This is our trim function, and I just write exact, how our exact function works. I just write comma and copy so you can understand how our exact function works. And in last, I just use our len function, so basically you will also get the help of formulas, how I write the formula. This is how our len function completed, our trim function, our exact and concatenate function completed, and here our proper upper and lower function completed. You can change the characters, and in the first, here you see the Roman function, square root, square, power, and character. This is how our 12 important functions completed. You can get the benefit of the 12 important functions. If you like our video, please share and subscribe it. Thank you so much.